Have you ever wondered if being a good person truly pays off in the long run? Let me tell you a story that might just answer that question. This is the story of Ravi, a man whose life was as humble as the dusty streets he walked on, but whose spirit was as rich as the sweetest mango. In a small, sun-drenched village lived a young man named Ravi. Every morning, before the first rays of dawn painted the sky, Ravi would be up, carefully loading his old wooden cart, his treasure. Ripe golden mangoes, each one picked with care from the few trees his family owned. His dream was simple: to sell enough mangoes to provide for his mother and younger sister. The marketplace was a whirlwind of noise and color. Shouts of vendors, the aroma of spices, and the chatter of 1,000 conversations filled the air. Ravi, with his modest cart, often felt like a tiny boat in a vast ocean. His competitors were loud, aggressive, and sometimes not entirely honest. They'd mix good fruit with bad or use faulty scales to tip the balance in their favor. Ravi refused to play that game. His father had taught him one thing above all else: your integrity is your most valuable asset. So Ravi's sign was simple and true: honest price, sweet mangoes. He treated every customer with a smile and respect, whether they bought a single mango or a whole basket. Some days were good, and the clinking of coins in his small tin box was a joyful sound. Other days were tough. The blistering sun would ripen the mangoes too fast, or a sudden downpour would keep customers away, leaving him with unsold fruit that he couldn't afford to waste. On those difficult nights, doubt would creep in. He'd watch his competitors count their thick wads of cash and wonder if his honesty was a weakness. He'd see his mother mending old clothes and his sister studying by a flickering candlelight, and his heart would ache with the desire to give them more. But every morning he would look at his reflection and remember his father's words, and he'd head out again, his resolve renewed. One scorching afternoon, the market was unusually quiet. The heat was so intense that most people stayed indoors. Ravi sat under the shade of a large banyan tree, fanning himself with a palm leaf, his cart still nearly full. He worried about the mangoes spoiling. Just then he saw an elderly man, dressed in simple but clean clothes, stumble and fall heavily onto the dusty path. His bag of groceries scattered around him. Without a second thought, Ravi rushed to his side. "Sir, are you all right?" he asked, helping the man to his feet. The old man was shaken and breathing heavily. Ravi quickly gathered the spilled groceries, gently brushed the dust off him, and led him to the shade of his cart. He sliced open one of his best, juiciest mangoes and offered it to the man. "Please have this. It will help with the heat." The man gratefully accepted, taking slow, deliberate bites. He looked at Ravi, his eyes sharp and observant. "You didn't have to do that," the man said, his voice raspy. "You could lose a sale." Ravi just smiled. A person's well-being is more important than a few coins, sir. They sat and talked for a while. The old man asked Ravi about his business, his family, and his struggles. Ravi spoke openly, without complaint, simply stating the facts of his life. He explained his commitment to honesty, even when it seemed to put him at a disadvantage. The old man listened intently. When he was ready to leave, he offered to pay for the mango. Ravi politely refused. "It was a gift, sir. Please, take care of yourself." The man simply nodded, a thoughtful expression on his face, and slowly walked away. Ravi thought nothing more of it, just happy to have helped someone in need. A week later, a fancy car, something rarely seen in their village, pulled up near Ravi's cart. A well-dressed gentleman stepped out and asked for Ravi. Ravi was nervous, wondering if he had done something wrong. The gentleman handed him a card and said, "Mr. Verma would like to see you." Ravi recognized the name. Mr. Verma was a legendary figure, a business tycoon who had built a massive food export empire from scratch. Confused but curious, Ravi went to the address on the card, a large, impressive office building in the city. There, sitting behind a grand desk, was the very same old man he had helped in the market. Mr. Verma smiled. "I apologize for the deception, young man," he began. "I often visit my old village in disguise. It helps me stay connected to my roots and see the world for what it is, not what people want me to see." He explained that he had been watching Ravi for a long time. He'd seen his hard work, his struggles, and most importantly, his unwavering honesty in a cutthroat environment. That day in the market, Mr. Verma said, his voice filled with warmth, "You didn't just offer me a mango. You offered me kindness and integrity without expecting anything in return." In the world of business, that is rarer and more valuable than gold. Mr. Verma saw a spark in Ravi, the same fire and principles he himself had started with. He made Ravi a proposition. He would mentor him. He would teach him about quality control, packaging, logistics, and the vast world of international trade. Ravi was speechless. It felt like a dream. He accepted the offer with tears of gratitude in his eyes. The journey that followed was intense. Ravi worked harder than ever before. He soaked up every lesson like a sponge, learning about different mango varieties, export regulations, and building relationships with farmers across the region. He applied the same honesty he used at his small cart to this much larger scale. He ensured farmers were paid fair prices, that only the best quality produce was selected, and that his clients received exactly what they were promised. Under Mr. Verma's guidance, Ravi's small venture grew. He started by exporting a few crates, then a container, and soon his brand, Ravi's Gold, became synonymous with quality and trust in international markets. He built a state-of-the-art processing and packing facility right in his village, creating jobs for hundreds of people. He never forgot where he came from. He established a foundation to improve the village school and provide healthcare for the needy. His old competitors from the marketplace watched in astonishment. They saw the boy with the small wooden cart become a respected businessman, not through tricks or deceit, but through sheer perseverance and character. One evening, Ravi stood on the balcony of his new, comfortable home, watching the sunset paint the sky with the same golden hues as his beloved mangoes. His mother and sister were with him, their faces free from worry. He looked down at his hands, no longer just the hands of a simple fruit seller, but the hands of a man who had built an empire on a foundation of integrity. Ravi's story is a powerful reminder that success isn't always about the fastest route or the cleverest trick. It's about the values you hold when no one is watching. It's about the kindness you show when you have little to give. True, lasting success is built brick by brick with honesty, hard work, and the courage to remain true to yourself even when it's the harder path. Ravi's journey from a dusty market stall to the global stage proves that, in the end, character is the greatest currency of all. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that celebrates the power of the human spirit. Until next time, stay kind and keep striving.